What is up? You're watching Hard Carry. I'm an endgame player in OS Rush, the daily show on YouTube and weekday streams on Twitch. And if you're interested in getting better at the game, I invite you to subscribe to the channel to come along for the ride with me. We're doing a standard hard mode top learner raid here. I always do take the lowest KC first for whoever shows up on stream, so long as they meet our min requirements. Catch those in Discord. If you join Discord, link is in the description. Um, and we are joined by Rappy in the North Breeze roll, Trizy on the range roll, Scythe of Mature on the melee roll going for their first KC, and a Visible LOL going for on the melee roll. I believe Visible LOL, you are FFA. Just a heads up, everyone. If we get a drop, it'll be four-way split, and if a Visible LOL gets a drop, it will be all his in his name. Um, let's go ahead and talk about Maiden here for a second. For Maiden, if you've been hit twice in a row, you're going to want to step away to give aggro to someone else. If you get it 3 times or more, you're going to start taking extra ramp damage in hard mode top. If you're freezing, you're going to freeze tomatoes so long as it does not make you late for the crabs. You want to lock them down. They can't kill them, but you can stop them from ragging everyone. For those crabs that spawn, we're going to kill them all the way dead, unlike normal Tob. If they reach her, she attacks faster, which makes the room really hard. And for 30s, you're going to stay on boss for your DPS roll. If you're freezing, you'll freeze your crabs, then get on boss. When you use damage specs to close it out before the crabs reach her, so you can do a claw spec right away. And as a last ditch effort, right before the crabs leak, you could set a Chally spec. For Rappy on the North Freeze roll, you're going to be freezing North 1, then North 2, then South 3 to catch everything in the clump, then all the 4s. Once you're done freezing, you can help lock down any tomatoes that are rolling around. Then you can help kill the North 1 and North 2 till they're dead with your meleeers. Then you can throw some freezes on the clump if the clump's still alive. Until the clump is dead. Once all those things are done, you can help hit the boss a little bit more until the next proc. Make sure you're ready to freeze when it spawns. For the range roll, Trizy, you're going to be killing Stealth 1 till it's dead. Stand 5 tiles from the clump, through the chins at that clump till it's dead. Make sure your chins are on medium fuse. Once that clump is dead, get back on boss. For the melee roll, Scythe of Mature and Visible, you're going to kill North 1 till it's dead, kill North 2 till it's dead, then back on boss. If you understand your role and what you're doing on main, you could say R in game. So you're ready to pot. If you're in Twitch chat and you want to pot with us, you could redeem an R. You'll appear on the bottom left of the screen. Forever commemorating these guys, visible, or not visible, Scythe of Mature's first hard mode Tob. Visible in his own raid. Not appealing here. Zekoid's here. Love to see it. Go ahead and pot you guys. Hardcore from Hojupat. Holy, he's ready for some hard mode. Honestly, I should have like one redeem that's like 1,000 cabbages. That's like some insane animation that plays to like to showcase people who redeem it. I think that'd be cool. I would commission someone to make something like that. That's just the kind of person I just feel like it'd be cool. Ranger stands with me on the south. Everyone else on the north. Are we all here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming downtown. Scyther, make sure you drop your salve and nothing else. So heads up, Scyther, go ahead and bring 2 anglers in the raid in the future. 1 for Bloat, 1 for Nilos. Spam click the gate to go in. You'll be on the north side of the be over here. Because you're a meleeer. Awesome. Let's go and get it. Make sure we maul on the very first tick. If you would lose ticks switching all your gear from the pre-fire, don't want to do it. Animations are sick. I'm happy to hear you like them. 0 defense is fantastic. Mage gear on, Algram, we're ready to freeze. Looks like our north freeze on time. Means I can immediately freeze this tomato, hit those crabs set to mature, north 1, north 2, right when they spawn. Try to be paying attention to Maiden's health as you're swinging. It's one of your biggest responsibilities as a melee. Kill that Stealth 1 all the way dead first, Trizy. You want to be killing it all the way dead before switching to chins. Mage ground, Algram, we're ready to freeze. It's so weird being on Ancients again. What the tomato ride? As a DPS roll, you want to hit the boss until the crabs spawn. Because your job as a DPS roll is to make the crabs spawn. The freezers will actually wait for the crabs to spawn to freeze them right away. In more advanced teams, they'll be synchronizing their projectile times so they can be there ready to hit them right away. Mage Gear on, Augury on, get ready to freeze. DPS roll, stay on boss. Remember, stay on boss. Once the 30 spawn, you can do your claw specs, or right as the crabs are about to leak, do a Chally. Stay on boss, stay on boss. You can rotate over to the south side if you're taking a lot of damage. If you're high HP, try to rotate over to the east side. Little claw spec if you got it. I didn't do my claws for some reason, don't know why. We need one of your anglers, and grab your salve. Oh, we lost 2 Scythe. I didn't catch that If you ever do start taking damage, you want to try rotating over to the south side of Maiden so that she doesn't prioritize you over other players. It'll make you a higher chance of not taking extra damage. And don't sweat it. Deaths do happen. The biggest loss from a death isn't actually like the lost loot or the lost time. It's actually the points of the chest. So you may look at the chest here and see points are going to be quite rough for you. Just a heads up. Let me get ready to go down. Don't overextend. Down. Oh, come on. Don't do me like that, Bloat. Backside of Bloat's close to rounding a corner. Make sure we're fully potted. Set the pot up. Do not flinch. Do not tank the stomp. Our DPS was quite poor, so I wanted to send one to make sure we get the 3 done. Walk on the walls, run around the corners. Patient. Look and turn more often in hard mode. Back he turned. Joking me. Being a little complacent. We'll watch for the hands a little more closely. He's down. Backside of Bloat. I'm going to be able to exit quickly. We're not going to get the 2 down here. Leave early. He's in a far position from the corner, so you want to leave early so you don't get caught by hands or by the stomp on your way out. We walk on the walls, run around the corner. Back he turned. Sure, wrapping around the corner so you don't get caught by a hand that falls on the corner. Might be going down soon. Might turn again. He turned again. Probably going down after this. You're going to hit him close to the bear. He's down. Watch your feet. Now your XP drops. We gotta swing hard here. Pair off. And grab at the chest. Melee amulet on, drop yourself, and grab 1 shark. It would eat one of your anglers as well to get to 120 HP on your 121 HP on your way into the next room. So if the second angler's forward, I'll make it so you can keep doing DPS for a longer period of time before needing to dip into your brews or whatnot to stay alive if things go wrong. Which means we are able to save the problems before they happen for a longer duration. I'll pre-fire everything for mage roll wrap. You're gonna hit anything that makes it into the room that's mage. Whoever pillars fallen low, try to keep it healthy. Trizzy, you're ranging the whole time. Your cue to throw chins is when the big ranger on wave 9 gets to around here. Make sure your chins are on. You're hitting all 3 lanes and ignoring the demi boss. Scythe Patrol, you got the left side of the room you're meleeing. Visible, you got the right side of the room you're meleeing. Let's get in there. Make sure you're potted. Oops. Nice idea filling there with a little IAC kit there. Why am I standing there? We already took care of that one. Melee gear on Scythe and then Chally. Or your best melee weapon then Chally. Trizzy hitting all 3 lanes, love to see it. Oh, good calls. Let's get a Venge check in here. If you have Vengeance and you haven't used it, or if you don't have Vengeance, but your cooldown's available, go ahead and use it. It's free damage. Good shout there, Thor. Anti-West is an important pre-fire. I try to go for these. Now I just use the IAC to hit it. Melee gear on, Scythe and then Chally. Don't overlay with the mage hits for pre-fires, Reppy. Just try to focus once inside the room. It'll make it so our pillars stay a little bit healthier. It's not conventional, but it is slightly better for clear consistency. Awesome. We'll pillar help as we get to these later waves. Help guide where we need to be standing. Don't be blood barraging as well, especially with Ayak. If you end up hitting things that aren't mage, it is going to lock you out of them. It's also just going to be slower time to kill overall, unless you're hitting at least 3 things. That's a weird thing about confliction gauntlets. Awesome. Brew up Scythe of Mature. Don't blow pipe the melee now.
Jeez.
brew up, we'll be alright. Leave that one guy there. Ranger's gonna stand here, one guy here, one guy here, one guy here. We spread out. When it's range, we spread. When it's mage, we group up on Trizzy. Sure, that works. Good pot share. Ayak is on long range. Out we go for range. Ends up being melee. Good moving, you guys. You guys got it. Oh, quick on those prayers. Remember, be pre-moving in, pre-moving in. Switch the prayers as we pre-move. Oh, you can hit up to 18 through prayer. 29 if you have the correct Puran, but you're too close. This mechanic is probably the hardest one to pick up, and the most like different from regular top.
You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that.
You gotta be quicker than that. It's like an insurance advertisement or something.
And I'm like a turtle at this point. Like, holy moly.
The big thing about it is, like, right after Niloboss does a second attack, that's like when you'll see, like, I go for my click to move. When I'm doing more efficient methods, it's not necessarily the case.
I mean, for only having 50 KC in regular top, I think that this has been a valiant effort on my behalf, and I appreciate you guys.
No, that's good. We have taken people who have 0 KC top to their first top, and then immediately into their next hard mode top. So...
That's awesome.
It's
That's the way to learn.
Champ.
There's absolute champions to just go for it, and like... Don't feel discouraged by that statement as well. I'll be 1-2, Rappy 1-3, Trizzy 2-3. Scythe of Mature are gonna fill, Invisible are gonna back up if Scythe of Mature misses. In we go.
I heard.
Oh, make sure you're potted. You got there first, it's your spot. It's your home for the rest of the raid. Hope you liked it. Hope you picked a good one. If you want a better spot next raid, get there first next time. Let's attack. We need a fill from Scythe and Visible.
Heard. Nothing.
Womp womp. 0 fill. I think at this point, it's too late. It's 72%, okay. So we'll just deal with it. But we will skip the balls. That's there we go. Right 6. Now if you're lowest in ore board on the inside, that would be this time Scythe of Atur. You're gonna wait on this 3rd row until everyone else is left you behind. Stay. No. Take cover. Brew up. Okay. Restart. Super combat. Alright, you're going to wait on this 3rd row until everyone else has left you behind, then you're going to chase the team, follow them through the maze, and show us the last section. Visible, you're on the outside, wait on the 3rd row till it's no longer red. Lead the way out. Go, 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 go. I think someone just got impatient. They're like, fuck it. We fall. You know, I
I
found
missed.
out that my microphone had like an AI like voice uh background noise canceling thing going on. And I was like annoyed that it might be making the mic quality worse. So I'm hoping the mic quality in the recording is slightly better this time. Left two. Does it sound any different to you guys in stream?
Ooh.
Nobody's mentioned it. Bottom of orbit. Whoever's on the outside, wait on the third row. Do not go until it's no longer red. Be patient. Patient on the outside. You went early on the outside. Oh boy. So the data's gonna be chasing us quickly, quickly, quickly. Guess your way out. Guess your way out. We're lucky guess.
Fair enough.
Nothing you could do there visible. LOL. You could try to like react and immediately follow.
Uh, what's I'll ask after.
If you got a ball and you ticket it,
Oh, okay, okay.
step away from soot. Pray against any incoming orbs. I want to make sure you're standing away from soot while you do the ticket because if he melees you on the same tick, you'll get chanced.
Oh no!
You can hit up to 22 through prayer on melee.
Is there an onion in there by chance? Maybe a
Oh no,
cabbage? I don't know.
it can happen.
Is there a way to tell when the person on the outside leaves so that I don't get my cheeks
Yes, when
clapped
the
right
third
there?
row is no longer red, you can go. But if the third
No,
row
no,
is
no. I was
still,
on the inside.
no, well, the tornado spawns. That's how you know.
Okay, okay. So as
If you
soon
see
as
the
you see the
tornado
tornado, you
spawn,
have
that
to
means you
leave.
just
Okay,
have to leave. But
gotcha.
that means that the person on the outside just left and didn't wait for the third row to no longer be red. You'll kind of see our POV if you watch the video back as well, Seth Vitri later. Go ahead and grab a stem first from the chest. If you can't buy a stem because you have an onion or something, no worries. If you have extra points, you're going to buy a restore to get to 3 in your inventory. You're going to buy brews. If you have extra points, buy and drop brews for your teammates. 2 brews are on the ground for teammates here. Hopefully that helps them fill their backpacks up. If you have Sang and Buckler, Sang and Shield, etc., that'll give you a full inventory, make your life better. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Fritus Ludovicus. Yeah, we're taking learners today.
Okay,
Enter from the center.
we're still making time.
The decent chance. Might be able to.
Okay, this area.
Yep. You own your quadrant. If a second one spawns in your quadrant, I will hold it until whoever owns that quadrant can take over. Make sure you stay center of your quadrant, just waiting patiently because if you're moving and you end up moving away from where one spawns, the tick that it spawns, you won't be able to reach it fast enough.
And then I'm Scythe BGS, right?
If you have BGS, you're Scythe BGS, yeah. Stay on the old one until expires, then take over. There you go. This is why you want to stay on this tile and just don't
Yep,
move if you don't
sorry.
have it exhumed. That way you're able to make it there right away. If you're like antsy and just moving around, just be like, take a deep breath, lock in, use that time standing still to plan your next click. It makes the room go feel so much more tranquil when you're just chilling. Make sure you're potted. Make your spec weapon on. Only one hammer. If you have BGS, you do Scythe BGS until it's 0. Zero defense, fantastic. Get claw specs off now. Don't want to be saving them for P3. It can be awkward to use them. I'm not going to risk having residual splats next to the person using an SRA because it might cause them to proc redemption unwillingly. So I'm going to go to a different place.
Appreciate that.
It is possible to take no damage doing this, unless you're 5 ticking. And then you can just rag a lot of tiles and not take damage. But
Okay.
the plugin that
So,
starts room time when you enter
like
Zarpus,
walk.
it's
Go ahead.
just hit the out, just keep attacking. You're good. When a screech happens, all right, attack when he looks away. Stay patiently. Wait for the move. Attack if he's looking away from you, and then hands off the keyboard. Swing Scythe Mature. Don't use any supplies here. We line up our swings. Good to go. Around the world. Yeah, we like a little bit of around the world at Zarpus. It's fun to hang out with our friends. We go DD with this guy, then this guy, then this guy, then this guy, and we just visit everyone. Anyway,
It's the comfiest part of the raid.
Smoke Sauce mentions a plugin that starts a room timer when you enter Zarpus. If you're talking about this timer in the top left, that's room timer like this, that would be Top QOL, I believe. Or is it... Top HM timer is one of them. There's also Top QL showing the splits. If you want the visual metronome for before the room starts to get your sync, that would be Top QL as well under the Zarpus tab. And if you want to get a visual metronome above your head, that's just called visual metronome. Drop 2 supplies in your quadrant, don't stack them, so that we're able to easily pick things up without them being ragged. Follow order for picking up the staff. It's more important you take cover than trying to get that extra staff hit. Mage per run, spam click the boss. Dropping the staff for Rappy. Rappy getting 2 specs off, and then drop at the pillar for Trizzy. Take cover. At the east pillar, Scythe of the Tree, you're gonna pick it up. That's to be player 5 picking up here. Make sure you're quick getting the next pillar. You want to be dropping this stuff early. Don't get hit by the hands. Get back to pillar, brew. Take cover with the west pillar, Scythe of the Tree, over the west. Just run straight there. Don't worry about attacking. Never be clicking that tile. Remember, we don't want to click that tile. Always click this tile instead. Otherwise, you get ragged. If you have above 35 spec, just pick up the staff here. Spec with it. I think anyone will be able to do it. Off the pillar. Off the pillar, off the pillar. Brew up if you're below 85, then sip restore, then sip super combat. We're gonna check everyone's super combat. Make sure they're 118. 118 all around. If you're out of divine, make sure you're using preserve. I'm gonna use a 4 tile movement off the boss. Hit this guy when he turns mage. Can't reach him, but thoughts that counts. Range per Scythe of Mature. Range per Scythe of Mature. Range per Scythe of Mature. Awesome. It's gonna work there. Brew up. Whenever your tile gets wrecked, stay in motion and brew. Just don't attack if you're below 85 HP. Brew up Scythe of Mature. Oh boy. Move and brew. Move and brew. Do not attack until you're 85 HP. Just keep moving and brewing. Move and brew. Do not stand still while you brew. You need to click a long distance move and then brew. Oh no. The cabbages. It happens. Don't sweat it. I'm going to take over this quadrant. It's a good effort. Yeah, pretty deep into P2 there. You did leave some supplies on the ground as well, which means that teammates will have stuff to work with as they try to complete the raid. That doesn't mean just me. It means all of our teammates. Go ahead and take a quick check at everyone's stats. Make sure we're 118 swinging hard. Rappy, go ahead and super combat up when you can. Go ahead and fill on this. It was a late swing, so I would go ahead and fill the crab here. Be very careful if you attack like a drag attack like that, Trizzy. You can get caught by my cabbage if the crab paths the wrong way at the wrong time. It can be a very punishing punishing venture. Make sure you're manual pathing up to the crab if you're gonna go for a swing like that. We're gonna focus boss here. We should be able to kill it. I'm worried we might not have enough damage, that's why I set the claw. Damage isn't looking good. There we go. Between tanking carries P3. Make sure you're venging if your venge broke. Spit 2, 3, 4 under, 5 attack. Spit 2, 3, 4 under, 5 attack. Crab under Berserk care. Those of you watching on Twitch, notice that I right-clicked while it said Toxabola, so it was range. And I just can click. You can still use that mini menu if you need to. Position on the side of person closest to webs. Want to be ready for webs. We hover webs. Getting ready there. Make sure we set our stam. If you do want to watch live, by the way, Seth of I do have you with POV. You could open the Discord stream if you don't want to have to watch with delay. Because I know it's awkwardly hearing both of me at the same time. We're gonna keep trimming it all the way down to 20%. Because it's a 4-man situation here. If your yellows don't spawn, you'll be going to the center. Brew up. Brew up while we're waiting for yellows. Southwest, you're going to the center. Restore up. Super combat. Make sure ending web's 118. Full power. Go and get those claw specs off. The ball will be coming out soon. Check your chat box to see if it's on you. If it's on you, attack Verzik near where your teammates are. This way you can keep doing damage while we pass the ball. It's on me. I'm going to go to my teammates and keep swinging. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I passed into my NATO. I can't believe I did that. You guys got this, though. I believe in you guys. Most important thing, kill your crabs spawning here. Kill the crabs. Let me get detached camera so we can see what's going on. Avoid the crabs. Brew up, Trizzy. Be alright. Oh my god, visible LOL. Sitting under some crabs. Make it to webs, make it to webs, make it to webs. Make webs, make webs. I don't care what your health is. Make it. Awesome. Trizzy, don't worry about it. Brew up, restore, super combat first, then worry about pot shots. Sip your stam, guys. Sip your stam. Someone's low stam. I think you guys got this. I believe in you guys. You ready to come in there, Trizzy? Watch out for a bad drag. Awesome. Just keep swinging. If you have yellows, I will call who gets what. Rappy, expect to go west for yellows. Trizzy, expect to go center for yellows. Visible LOL, you're going to take the southeast. Visible, these are three are yours. Trizzy's got the center. Rappy's got the corner. If you get by the NATO, it's not the end of the world. Nice try there. 3 ticks between between yellows. One swing on Verzik and she's dead. What's the redeem for a 5+1 heart? I gotta make that. And we make time by 8 seconds, believe it or not. So the time is generous. Oh, good job, you guys. We make it to the kits. Do we see any kits? First KC in time for Scythe of Vitur. We take a look at the chests. Any kits? Tragic. Swamp Tar.
That was my first time trying pog tanking right there at the end. That was
Oh, that's a fun thing to go for. Rappy just expletive raid. We line up for a picture here. Hopefully he'll smile for the camera or something. Let's go ahead and just look back at the entrance here, and in the middle we'll have Scythe of Vitur, our man of the hour, getting his first KC. Thoughts on this raid while we take our picture? Pick your favorite emote. What do we have here? How about some jogging this time? I'm down for some jogging.
joggers.
Oh my god, look at the pictures. We love the moments. Thoughts on this first raid though, Scythe of Vitur? First completion for it.
Just have a lot more to learn.
First KC HMT in time. Are there any mechanics that you think are like still kind of like awkward for you, or like in particular like you don't understand how they work? I could talk about them for a second here as we kind of wrap up this this one.
I think with anything, it's just kind of giving it a little persistence.
Yeah, give it a few reps.
Like
That'll definitely help.
Kinda, yeah.
Things like Nilo boss in particular, those can be really awkward to learn. So, sorry, someone in chat said something questionable. I'll read that in a sec. But distractions. Shame on me. Shouldn't have read that. I should close chat while I'm doing the wrap up. Anyway, but yeah, things like Nilo boss in particular, like that's a really rough one to learn. So there's it comes with practice, but some of the things we want to be paying attention to um, are things like when we call something a pre-movement, right? What's the cue for that pre-movement? And when you're watching Nilo boss, like you don't have to really do anything while your character's swinging, right? Like once you're set up, you're good. And then finally, once something you don't want to be reacting to like the color of the boss. You want to be reacting to when the Nilo boss has done its second attack animation. Because once it's done the second attack animation for a given color, that's your cue for it being like, okay, it's going to change next. And right after your last attack was off, you can run in, right? So like that's like gonna mentally prep you for like when to do your movement. And the ideal order is you do your pre-movement, then you do your prayer, and then you do any post-movements if needed. So for example, suppose the boss is currently melee. We'll always pre-move out for range. So after we see the second melee attack animation, we pre-move away to our designated spot, right? And then once we see the Nilo boss change color, as we do our pre-movement, we put the range prayer on, right? So we're moving away. We put the range prayer on for our pre-movement because we're expecting it to go range. If we see that it went mage instead, we click mage prayer. We keep our mouse hovered over our prayer, but we click mage prayer, and we run back to group up with our team. And I recommend using like a shift click for that. And if you follow that pattern of clicks, that pattern of running through it, that'll make your Nilo boss feel a little bit smoother while you're learning it. And I'll go and read the message here. First off, Zach White says, I love how calmly AHC explains stuff and still plays. Thanks for the kind words. And Hoju Pat decides to just roast the rap snack. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this. I'm not going to screenshot this and send it to Rap Snack. That's toxic. But I was thinking about putting it in his Caught Lacking channel. Hoju Pat, maybe you could screenshot it and convince someone else to post it there. Uh, that's toxic. First, let me make us. Yo, I joined the queue, but smoking a cig real quick, so someone can go. Not sure. Turn. Yeah, if there's ever space and I see people in the queue channel, I will bring them in. And Birdie asks any virginities tonight, and the answer is yes. Um, so context hard mode top virginities, not just virginities in general. I feel like that might be clipped out of context and sent to Boba Beck, and then I might be sleeping on the couch. Let's go ahead and wrap up for this raid, though. For this raid, Maiden went pretty smoothly. Again, this group's went pretty well at Maiden. Make sure set for sure you're pre-moving for your pre-moving when Maiden can throw blood. If we have our Dually Crab, she attacks a little bit faster, can throw you off. And also, I think that came up at Maiden was positioning. So if you ever are getting low HP, you want to be standing on the south or the west side of Maiden, and that side of Maiden, those two sides of Maiden have lower priority than the other sides. So if you're trying not to tank, you want to be on those two sides, and it's not where you normally stand. And you can move there once the 30s crabs have spawned. Um, the other detail to keep in mind for Maiden is making sure you're pre-moving away, or not pre-moving, but stepping away before she attacks. If you've been hit twice in a row, to let your teammates take some of the damage. That'll make it so you can hang in there longer and take less damage overall. Bloat, I think we had some accidents at Bloat, couple Bloat deaths. Just make sure we're being careful about our positioning, not getting caught by him turning. If we get flied too hard, then we plank and it's rough. Also, I think we had a situation where Bloat fell down all the way in the corner in this raid. One of the things to keep in mind when that happens, it takes a long time to get from the corner Bloat where you're meleeing him all the way around the corner to be out of range of the stomp. And in hard mode top, those hands can fall that rag you, right? So when you're pathing away from Bloat when he's in the corner, the farther you have to run, the more time you need to give yourself to not only path away, but also dodge any hands that fall along the way. So you want to be looking for those hands as you run away. Find a good camera angle as you do it to make your life a little easier. Nilo waves went fine enough. We had some pillars fall at the end. Just gotta make sure we're muscling up and hitting our Nilos non-stop. Make sure we're not stopping attacking when we're brewing or healing up. Eating that pre-angler will give us a little bit more time to keep hitting things while we're going along there. It'll help us keep the pillars alive longer. Give us more opportunities to keep those Nilos dying. For Nilo boss, we talked about that for a little bit already, so I won't talk about it more. Soat Maze, we had an incident with Soat Maze, I think, with someone leaving the third row on the outside early. Make sure that if you're on the outside of the maze, that means you're like the one person who's not on the inside, doesn't see their section of the maze. You're going to be waiting on the third row until it's no longer red. If you go past it, that will cause a tornado to spawn on the inside of the maze if it hasn't already spawned. If you're on the inside of the maze, if you're the lowest orb on the inside of the maze, and you go past the road, that can also cause a tornado to spawn on the inside. Notice that both of those things cause it to spawn on the inside, whichever happens first. So if you're on the outside and you go too early, it'll cause an accident. If you're in the lowest 2 spots in orb order, that's something extra to pay attention to for the soap maze. For soda itself, it was fine. It looks like the ball mechanic. I think this raid we had a sandwich with like an olive on top or something. So make sure if you don't have a ball, you're in the center of the sandwich, and if you do have a ball, you're one of the buns. The idea is that if we have 3 people, we have everyone who doesn't have a ball in the middle, and the 2 guys with the ball on the edge. And for Zarpus was fine. Seg, Zarpus was fine. P1, just make sure you're anticipating our movements. There's something I want to bring up for P1 about where to click. I'm gonna go ahead and share my my screen and open up the actual footage here to kind of show exactly where I'm clicking because this is actually relevant and you don't want to actually get ragged with the red X on the Dawnbringer, which I think might be what's happening. Let me go ahead and open the VOD here. We'll pause the music for a second so I use desktop audio for it. And I'll show you exactly what I mean here for the Verzik movement. So, right, do you see, I can share my screen in Discord as well, for those of you watching in Discord. But one of the things I want to point out is when we're moving to this pillar, like from where Verzik is, we always want to be clicking exactly this tile, right here. If we click this tile, our character will path to where my mouse is currently, right? Click this tile inside the pillar, will path here. Likewise, right next to my preserve pair, if we click this tile, we'll path to this tile, taking cover at the pillar. And if you red X the Dawnbringer and someone else picks it up, while you're running to the pillar, what ends up happening is your character will stall due to the target location where your character is trying to path being nulled. So what you need to do is instead click on this tile or this tile. That'll keep the P1 accidents from happening. For P2, the movement for P2, you'll notice you see these square shapes that people are making. This is kind of what you're shooting for. If you're ever in a situation where you need to take cover or heal up, you can walk set a long distance walk. So you can like control click way out here or something. You just start brewing like mad. Or just make sure you're clicking to move right as Verzik's about to start her animation. So your character's in motion when she throws the cabbage. Then brew and then look for animation to click to move and then brew and rinse and repeat. The timing is the same as in normal tub. And by doing this, it'll make it so that you're not taking cabbages while you're trying to brew and standing in the acid and taking extra damage. That'll keep you alive a little bit longer. Make you able to recover better. Also, as Smoke Sus suggests, spray range. That's helpful too. For P3, clean tanking is what carries P3. P3 went well for the most part. We had, I think, 3-man yellows for this one. Was that right? Yeah, 3-man yellows.
Yeah,
And the way that
you mentioned
3-man
something about
yellows
orb
work
order.
is orb order west to east. And then if 2 spawn in a column and yours aren't there, if you move eastwards, you take the northern ones. If you move westwards, you take the southern ones. So Rappy would get the west yellows here, Trizzy would get the center yellows, and Visible LOL will get the east yellows here based on orb order from top to bottom. And if, say, these yellows were in the northeast, right, that means Trizzy normally goes center, but has to move eastward to find their yellows, so Trizzy would go northeast. Make sense? Like if the yellows were here instead of here, like then Trizzy would take these because Trizzy is higher in orb order than Visible LOL, and they're moving east to go find some yellows. So if Visible LOL, if your yellows didn't spawn, instead of here, they were down here, right? What that means is Rappy would get these because he's higher in orb order, and since you're moving west, you would take the southern yellows. If this doesn't make sense in the moment, it's kind of an awkward thing to wrap your head around. If you're doing 3-man yellows, it doesn't come up too often unless you're intentionally potting 3-man hard mode top. Then feel free to just like watch this back a couple times. We do have a brief description of it in Discord as well. If we ever run into the situation in the channel, your first hard mode tub. Hopefully, I just spent some time explaining a bunch of different stuff there. If it didn't stick, don't worry, it'll be in the VOD and uploaded to YouTube as well, so you can kind of hear that explanation again going forward. Turn the music back on for chat. Any questions? I tried to answer a few of them that might have come up, and maybe some stuff will be in one ear out the other, and reps will help. But any questions about any of the mechanics or gear or whatnot? Or sorry, any of the mechanics or the raid? If not, no
Not at this
worries.
time.
Awesome.
This time.
We'll wrap it up for YouTube then. Shout out to all you tobbers who liked the video. I like you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. For all of you taking on the theater, good luck and good raids. We'll catch you in the next one.